Wir kommen zum 4. deutschen Starter an diesem Wochenende von Saarbrücken. 21 Jahre ist er jung. Er ist in Idstein geboren, war 2012 der zweitjüngste WM-Teilnehmer aller Zeiten. 2015 gewann er die World Youth Championship. Ladies and Gentlemen, er ist die Nummer 1 in Darts Deutschland. Herzlich willkommen dem Maximizer Max Hopp! Es ist das Duell Deutschlands gegen Österreich. Aktuell steht er auf Weltranglistenplatz Nummer 53. Ist die Nummer 2 der Österreicher bei der PDC hinter Mensur Suljovic und er hat in diesem Jahr sein zweites Pro-Tour-Finale erreichen können. Aus der Steiermark, aus Knittelfeld, herzlich willkommen dem Hypercane Soran Lerchbacher.
Well, having seen two of the UK qualifiers make their way through an impressive style, Luke Humphries and Steve Lennon, two of the youngsters making their way in the game. It's the hopes of the young German Max Hopp now, getting the home crowd behind him and taking on Zoran Lerchbacher, one of the European qualifiers from Littlefeld in Austria, for the right to play Peter Wright, who's reached both finals in the opening 2 European Tour events so far. And a game which again will be interesting to see how it goes. Max Hopp in good form, but Zoran Lerchbacher has pulled off some surprises himself, Chris Murphy, on the tour.
Yeah, two-time Pro Tour finalist Zoran Lerchbacher, once last year when he lost out to Joe Cullen, and in one of the UK Open qualifiers earlier this year when he was well beaten by Michael Smith. Certainly a player that is going to put up a fight against Max Hopp, but...
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Max to throw first. Game on!
In the very recent past, Max Hopp has returned to the kind of form that has made him the shining light of German darts, and there is a very real possibility that he could go on to become the first German player to qualify for the World Match Play. As it stands, he's a couple of £1,000 behind the 16th Pro Tour Order of Merit place in the race for the Match Play. That's Mervyn King. Well, he could wipe out some of that this weekend. Of course, Mervyn will be in action. But there's a cluster of players around those places, and Max Hopp has a real opportunity to make it to Blackpool, and that would be a huge thing for darts in Germany. And I know for a fact that it's something that is in Max's head. I was speaking to our MC here, Elmar Polka, before today's action, and he often works with Max at the TV events when Max joins him for a spot of co-commentary, and it's something that he really has now set as a realistic target for 2018.
Max saw off Bernd Royth, Nico Blum and Thomas Jungens in the qualifiers last night, whereas it was wins for Zoran Lerchbacher over Ron Moulenkamp and Jordi Meuis.
Well, it could be the first appearance at a major TV tournament too for Zoran Lerchbacher. He's leapfrogged Roby John Rodriguez in the world rankings, which means he could join Mensah Suljovic at the World Cup of Darts.
120.
Two players whose career curve going in the right direction despite their difference in years. Incredible to think that Max Hopp is still only 21.
I was thinking that it feels like he's been around for a long, long time, but still just 21 years old, and probably because he came through as a youth, winning that World Youth Championship in 2015, and then had a really solid year the year after that.
Bullseye then. He had a couple of these against an Austrian opponent a couple of weekends ago. At this stage, not to be this time, so Lerchbacher has the chance for an immediate break. Another one there, leaves double top.
Game shot in the first leg. Zoran Lerchbacher.
And that will just push the crowd somewhat.
First. Game on.
Yes, noticeably. So I'm just checking the equipment. Looks like he has the spring-loaded darts, the way they vibrate when they hit the board.
Yeah, we get another look at that here. You see a lot of players using these points that claim to eliminate bounce outs, and with Zoran's darts in particular, you see the majority of the point disappear into the board, so you can see why. Max Hopp is in, well, he's riding the crest of a wave, isn't he, at the moment? A couple of weekends ago when he got to the quarter-finals
83.
at the German Darts Grand Prix, it seemed to have come out of a clear blue sky, but he went on to back it up by reaching the last 8 at Players' Championship 7, then the last 16 the following day, before qualifying last night for this and the next European Tour event. In really, really good form, Max Hopp. And it would be a huge disappointment for him to have his campaign ended at the first hurdle tonight.
Well, the biggest outshot possible would really raise the roof. There's the first part of it. There's the second. He wants the bullseye for a 170.
45.
But he went for that for the very reason that you just alluded to. It would have raised the roof. Didn't have to go for it with his opponent back on 239. But Max Hopp wanted to excite the crowd. Wanted to lift the place. Well, that could be tricky. Lucky for him that Zoran is still not on a finish. Oh, he's found a way anyway.
So immediate break back of throw.
Third leg, Max to throw first.
Max's challenge in Munich last weekend was ended by James Wade at the quarter-final stage. We'll see James Wade in action later on this evening against the Eastern European qualifier Titus Kanik from Poland. But James Wade in a good little run of form at the moment. And Max Hopp hits a good little 180. His first of this match. And the crowd hoping to see many more from the Maximizer this weekend.
Yeah, well, that will certainly get them going. And having lost the first leg, this is a textbook response.
97.
Max well ahead in the averages, albeit only a couple of legs into this game.
They're down to a finish here after 9 darts.
Max will require 124.
One again that could end in a bullseye shot, but I'm not sure he would be going that route this time. Yep, stayed on the treble 20.
100.
The tee up double 12 when he returns.
Good thinking for the man from Idstein.
60. Max will require 24.
Well, the Hypercane hasn't offered much since that first leg. A long way back when his opponent's gone out in the following 2.
Match up. Both legs are in the throw first. Game on.
And a much more solid leg, that 14 darter from Max Hopp.
100.
Getting some of the crowd on their feet, at least. Another exciting youngster, Dimitri Vandenberg, in action next against William O'Connor, the Irishman. That's next on stage here at the Saarlander Hall.
Yeah, Dimitri, the World Youth Champion, a title that Max has held before. After that, we're going to see Paul Nicholson taking on Nathan Aspinall, another man who's been in form this year, but Nicholson's been getting his game back too. Then, as you mentioned, James Wade, who's not far away now from making a return to the seedings for future European Tour events. Could he cement his place this weekend? You'll have to see off Titus Kanik first, the Polish qualifier, and then Keegan Brown rounding off the night against Jermaine Watamena.
100.
This time Max Hopp will be going for the ball should he get the opportunity. It's that famous for him 161 out shot. And it's on. It's still on. Bullseye. Oh, what a shot from Max Hopp. That 161 is becoming a theme of his career.
Fifth leg, Max to throw first.
Superb, and a respectful fist pump from Zoran.
Game on.
Zoran was poised there, but at 161, that bullseye was again Max's friend, and here he goes, filling up the treble 20 bed at the start of the 5th leg.
Well, he's carrying on where he left off. A couple of weekends ago in Munich, last week at the Players' Championship event. Super Maxi indeed. A chance from the buoyant German crowd. That 161 was the shot that he defeated Mervyn King with at the World Championship a few years ago. They actually play it on the screens here. In between sessions to warm the crowd up, but they're well warmed up now. Lerchbacher hits back, but you feel that it's not really going to matter what he throws at Max, the kind of stuff that he's producing. Although that's a slip that's just opened the door for the Austrian.
Yes, his first maximum of the match, Zoran, but only following it up with 83, but it does put him down to the Della finish, 138.
Yeah, but had he just found the big 20 there, he'd have been on a much, much easier finish. So this might have to go. Another one there. Can't find it. So Hopp will return for tops for a 4-1 advantage.
94. Actually require 40.
And to put clear daylight between the German and the Austrian. Double top. And Max 4-1 up, 2 legs away from replacing round 2 against Peter Wright, a player whose name they've been chanting this evening as well here in the Saarlander Hall. But it's a maximum to kick off this leg for Zoran. He's not going to go quietly, the Austrian. Solid finishes there. You can see a 14, a 12 and a 13 in the last 3 legs from Max Hopp.
96. One.
Well, this is superb. Max Hopp builds it up again. He averaged just over 102 in his win against Mensa Suljovic a fortnight ago in Munich, and that was his best performance on the European Tour stage. Here, he's threatening to beat it, and by some distance.
60.
Well, we saw Max take out a 161. Can Zoran match it?
39. Zoran to require 106.
The pressure off. Thanks to a rare slip by Max. Well, he looked to Max's score, but he fancied it anyway.
82.
So a good chance for Zoran to reduce the arrears when he returns, but Max is going to put pressure on it, there's no doubt about that. A ton 40 would come in very handy indeed. He has to settle for a ton.
Zoran requires 79.
So 20 for tops. To make it 4-2.
59.
And can't do it.
Max will require 86.
A double chance here if you can't find the treble. Never mind that he has found it. So double 16 for a 5-1 lead, and Max Hopp throwing to dispatch of Zoran Lerchbacher in no time at all.
Yeah, we've seen some good matches so far this evening. Really seen a good standard tonight. There's still 4 more matches to come, of course, in this first round before we settle the second round lineup.
Well, this is on course to be up there with the best performance of the lot of them. Luke Humphries had 103 and change average in his win against Ronnie Heibrecht. Steve West also was above the ton. Max Hopp here, living up to his billing.
60.
And as the European Tour heads to Austria next weekend, I'm sure we will see Zoran take part in the host nation qualifiers on the Thursday night before the tournament gets underway on the Friday. And again, you'll be able to watch the whole event live here on PDC TV and various bookmakers' websites streaming all of the European Tour events again this year.
38.
Well, you mentioned earlier that the winner of this takes on Peter Wright. I'm going to stick my neck out and say that Max Hopp is probably going to be that person. It's going to be a strange one, that, because Peter Wright is usually the fans' favourite, but it may well be the case that Snakebite takes to the stage to a barrage of boos from a European Tour crowd.
137.
Let's see how he deals with that, because Max Hopp is certainly dealing with Zoran Lerchbacher here. This might have to go.
1-2-6 plays 1-2-1. Can't do it now, so the maximizer.
98.
for another big finish to win the match this time. We saw him take out 161 in style on the bullseye. Won't happen this time.
97.
So Zoran
to
to keep
require 28.
his German darts open hopes alive for a bit longer at least. 7-7.
21.
Outside and inside,
Max, you require
but not in the red bit.
24.
Now it's Hopp for the match, 12.
So he's been cool, calm, collected, class,
Game shot.
and he is through
Max
to the second round of the German Darts Open in some style. A 6-1 success for the home favourite Max Hopp. Easing past Zoran Lerchbacher, almost 100 average in the end. It's just dropped below, but he will face off against the two-time finalist this year, the world number 2, Peter Snakebite Wright. And I, for one, am certainly looking forward to that encounter where Max Hopp will be the fans' favourite over Snakebite Wright. What a performance, and what a run of form this is for Max Hopp. The crowd
Das sah ziemlich rund aus.
Ja, das war ein anständiges Spiel, glaube ich. Ich kenne natürlich die Statistiken noch nicht, aber ja, ich habe mich gut gefühlt. Die Doppel kamen sehr gut, die Scores waren auch sehr gut, also ich bin einigermaßen zufrieden, ja.
Was für ein Gefühl hast du? Was für ein Average hast du gespielt?
93, 94.
100 in etwa? Beim 5-1 warst du bei 104.
Okay.
Und Doppelquote von 60%. Das ist schon richtig, richtig gut, ne?
Ja, also ich finde es nicht schlecht.
Die 161 zwischendurch war auch nicht ganz so schlecht. Du hast in den letzten 3-4 Wochen, so eine kurze Zeit ist es irgendwie erst, hast du einen großen Schritt gemacht. Wie kommt's?
Ja, natürlich. Also man muss bedenken, ich bin seit 5 Jahren Darts-Profi und viele von euch haben es mitgekriegt letztes Jahr. Ich habe mich nicht für die World Championships qualifiziert und ich war natürlich sehr down. Ich habe mich sehr schlecht gefühlt, aber ich habe gesagt, ich werde alles tun, um zurückzukommen. Und ich glaube, jetzt ist der Moment, wo ich wirklich zurückkomme. Also ich fühle mich sehr gut und ich bedanke mich für die tolle Unterstützung mit dem Maxi Hopp Gesängen hier in Saarbrücke.
Und wir sehen den Maximizer morgen wieder in Runde 2 hier in der Saarlandhalle von Saarbrücken.